What's going on, Sha?
Oh, absolutely nothing. Say it again. What's going on with you?
I'm chilling. I don't make music.
Mhm.
I am not in that world anymore. I used to like do audio engineering with a lot of rappers, and because of that, uh I like to keep in the know of like audio stuff in terms of like equipment and software, what's happening. I find it interesting. Um there's like a real movement towards like equipment that is a blend of video game and old equipment. Like there's like the famous samplers like MPCs and ASR 10s that like people use SPs
Mhm.
that all of my favorite hip hop producers used in like the 90s. And they're all incredibly old pieces of equipment.
Right.
And as computers got better, these pieces of equipment got more popular,
Mhm.
even though they're old because of like the sound and the feel of touching stuff. And
Mhm.
like they finally accepted like over like the last like 5 years that like, all right, we could just make new ones and just put them in boxes and we could get the feel of it, but with a modern computer. So like now we have like this new thing where like there's these like niche companies that are making like these things that like look like calculators sometimes or like Game Boys. And it's just fascinating to me that like at its core, you could do all of this on a computer easier, but people really miss tinkering. They like touching little shit and like turning knobs because that's the only benefit. And like, so I ended up like going down this rabbit hole of like Instagram accounts of producers that don't show their face. They
Mhm.
just show their like piece of equipment that they've chosen to make the centerpiece of their musical
Mhm.
identity,
Mhm.
which is always a box with a screen with lights and knobs.
Right.
They have incense, some type of cactus, and like a bunch of like cheap guitar pedals from like the 80s
Okay.
that they got from like a guitar center that was going out of business.
Uh-huh.
That like there's better guitar pedals, but they're like, nah, this is my sound. Your sound is affordable. That's what the sound is.
Mhm.
That's what you make, and that's cool. But just that's all it is. And they have a DJ name. They're building a brand, but I don't know who the guy is. I can't see none of their faces. None of them ever show themselves. They just show their hands making beats. They
Mhm.
they they put LUTs on the video, like these filters.
Right.
So like it looks like real cinematic. And I'm like, yo, why we being this sexy? There's nothing but dudes here listening to your super hard boom bap beats. Like I don't know what's happening right now, like what you setting the mood for. But like this is too sexy for how lo-fi and hard this beat sounds. I like the
Mhm.
music. I like the cinematic. I don't know if they go together. Why do you need to turn knobs? I don't know. But then I started doing it. I was like, oh shit, I like the knob turning too. I get it.
Okay.
I had to be honest with myself. I was like, I don't so I brought out the old equipment and
Mhm.
like I haven't made a song yet. I haven't nothing. But like something about like playing a bass tone and knowing that when I turn a knob, it sounded different.
Mhm.
It didn't sound better because I don't know how to do that. I'm not a musician. But
Mhm.
just knowing that I controlled it, I was like, oh, this is beautiful. Like and like I started like falling in love with the power, the feel of like each like semi turn.
Mhm.
And I became hyper aware of the slivers that the knob has so that it adds texture so that you know how far you've turned it.
Mhm.
I'm never gonna make good music, but I feel good doing it. I understand that because like these pieces of equipment cost a lot of money to
Right.
make worse music.
Oh, okay.
Like because again, like you can make better, easier music on the computer or with modern
Okay.
maximized equipment.
Here's where I mean, what you're saying is honestly fascinating because at first you were doing an old man rant against nostalgia, which is not normally how that goes. But I mean, you I don't I guess you can do things easier because there's a modern way of doing whatever. I don't know if it's better. That's really up to the ears, but
Right.
there's an easier way of getting a sound that is close to that. But because it's not through those same methods, there's the thing I think about making music is usually there's a sound. It's the same. I feel like with any creative art, there's a thing that you're trying to impart, a particular sound, a particular tone. There's a thing that you're trying to nail, and you can get close to it. Plenty of people can get close to it, but sometimes the thing that helps make that sound that you are hearing in your head or picturing or whatever is an older piece of
Yeah.
equipment. So there's that. Now, making kind of newer versions, but with like game elements is part nostalgia and also part the gamification of things, where
Right.
you feel like you go through and you did all the levels and now there's another level, it helps people keep moving. But which is, I guess, fine. I'm not really a game person, so I don't necessarily understand how that drives people to do things, but it drives a lot of people to do a lot of stuff. I've known too many people who lock themselves away in a room for 6 days to play a game all the way through. So I don't get it, but they do. Um, but yeah, no, it's fun to mess with the things
Yeah.
because you're actually seeing what it is that you're doing. I would much rather um try to record something on an old 4 track
Right.
and plug something in for each track and figure out how to put that all together than I'm sure it would be very easy to do it on a computer. But because the sound that I would want would be that. I like a little fumbly sound. I like a little like, oh, they're trying to get it together, as opposed to it being like pristine.
Right.
There's no, I don't know. I feel like there's no, I don't know. Just the warmth. Everyone always talks about warmth. I'm thinking of it from like a people talking about collecting vinyl and playing
Right.
vinyl. Like from that end of just like it just sounds different. It just sounds warmer. That's what I hear when I hear the music and like MP3s and streaming all that shit. It just sounds very tinny, like the bass ain't
Yeah.
bassing. And I mean, like, there are things now so that you can make the bass sound a little bit, but it's always going to sound like it's coming through a phone speakers or a
Right.
Bluetooth speaker, but it loses something when it's going through like a real like woofer.
Right.
So I mean, I guess that it's kind of like that, right?
Yeah, like that's kind of what struck me as interesting. Like initially I was mad at it. I was like, there's stuff like, like the hip hop heads that like made the equipment they used back then
Right.
legendary. They were using that equipment because that was the best equipment there was at the time. There's
Hmm.
better equipment now to do that with. But then I like it hit me that like these young kids that are doing this now, they don't have almost anything in their life that they touch
Right.
directly. And
Everything,
like,
they're just rubbing a finger on it and then it just
yeah,
happens. So the tactileness of it, yeah.
yeah, like they're fine. It's like ASMR for like other senses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
I was like, oh shit, this is why they like really like this. Like so, like 4 trackers are becoming popular. Like
Hmm.
again, but they specifically want the old ones because they want to have like that tactile feel. They want to record to a tape.
Right.
So
Yes.
like,
All of that.
yeah, I don't know. I went through like literally like 4 like I mean you heard some of it. Like I went through 4 different places with it. I was like, this is stupid. So like, oh, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
I was all over the place with this the last couple of weeks. I was like, this is
Hmm.
insane. Like, why are you guys doing this? like this button
I
will do that.
I
But
think
then,
part of the reason that they were making the videos like that with the incense and the cactus, which is so funny that you are nailing what the aesthetic is for these producing like clips, is because that is how young people are taking in like that's just how the entertainment, right? So
yeah,
TikTok is entertainment, and that is you've got to think of the aesthetics of things in order to get eyes on it. Like someone go, oh, that looks cool, and then they watch, and then they get sucked in on something. So I get it, and sure, you're just watching someone turn a knob, um, but
you know, I got little Funko Pops and like the
yes,
Funko little
right,
things and
yeah. But
like weird anime.
there are I know for a fact that there are kids who are learning to DJ with vinyl. Like they take
Yeah,
classes. I have a friend who taught classes, like
that's
DJ
fire.
classes, and like kids are like learning how to beat match and all of that
Hell
stuff.
yeah.
And you know, cuz I mean you could they don't I the thing that I've been seeing clips I'm seeing of people who are just like, "Yo, if this DJ played this in the club, it would go up huge and blah blah blah." And they literally just kind of blend one thing with another, or they just kind of make a, to me, extremely obvious connection, and everyone's
Right.
like, "Whoa!" on TikTok, and I'm like, "Okay, just all right, y'all are babies, and y'all have never been in a club where someone makes this connection in the moment."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, that would go with that. Like, that's what my brain is doing this automatically.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
mad when the DJ doesn't do it.
yeah, I'm like, how
Like,
do you not do that? That's so obvious that blends into this, or this can go with that, you know. And it's so like people. I feel like right now, especially, we're losing the ability to. This is also me on my soapbox. We're kind of losing the ability to own physical things.
yeah.
So I think people are, as they often do, looking back to the past. There's a little nostalgia, but also like, let's get back to where we own stuff and that kind of thing. You know, like I'm thinking like music. It's it's hard to you know CD stores really don't just walk into it, and or vinyl has its thing, but it's also kind of weird. It's not the same.
Right.
Um, and everyone's just kind of renting music every month is what they're
Right.
doing. And so maybe the sea's changing, but it's hard to who knows what that'll look like. But I think right now people are definitely like, well, I want to make music in a way where I don't have to pay a monthly fee to continue to use the software, because all software now is a subscription based. You can't just buy the software and put it on your computer. You got to subscribe to it and pay monthly in order to use it, in order to make your songs. And then if you use their software making your songs and they decide they want to remove the software, they'll take your shit with. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we don't get to own our stuff. It feels like we're losing the ability to own our stuff. So I feel like that's also part of it.
Oh, I dig that. I dig
Yeah.
that. You
I
know
mean,
what, kids? Like, keep doing what y'all doing.
yeah, look back. The only way that you can like keep an eye on the back, what happened
Yeah.
before, and let it help you move forward with things. Because it's been long enough that things are, it's like every 20 years or so, someone's like, what? And it's like, yeah, no, absolutely.
You know what? If
So,
we have any listeners under 18, I don't think we do.
no,
That
no, why?
also,
Please, yeah, please be out in the street. Don't listen to two
yeah, real talk.
old people talk about the way we used to produce 4 tracks. Don't listen to us.
But if you are here and you also happen to make hip hop beats, it's a weird niche to be listening to our pod.
Honestly, if you are here, you probably are making hip hop beats. That's the only thing that makes sense. If you're a young person listening to us, you probably already are twiddling knobs somewhere because you
If
like
you are.
old people shit. That's why you're here.
Oh man, whoever that kid is, he's wearing
Mhm.
Brooklyn Knight sneakers or something out there, like BK. You know, wherever you are.
Yeah, in
Uh,
your troop sweater, wherever you are.
feel free to DM me. I will send you a pack of incense on me.
Yes.
Okay, I'll mail it to you. You tell me what smell you looking for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I got you. You deserve it. Okay. Keep making your little cinematic videos. I like them. Being frank, they're hypnotic.
Yeah, I
Beats are
mean
cool.
that's
I
the
ain't even
thing.
gonna
You
lie.
you got to know how to package it in whatever the packaging is now,
Real
and
talk.
that is part of it.
It works. Keep playing weird anime in the background on the TV.
Yeah, you're signaling to a lot of people all the
Yeah.
things that you have lined up. You're like, I'm an anime person, but look, I have this old NPC thing. I'm dataless. I'm hitting things. You know what I mean? Like it's there is a
Oh,
lot of information in those little clips that they are trying to let you know, because we don't just wear t-shirts that let everybody know where we stand at right now. Everybody has on a Nirvana shirt, and I'm like, you were
word.
born after old dude died. So what are you talking about?
Play none of
So
those songs.
yeah, name 3. No, just kidding. I would never do that to someone. But I am of the generation that I'm like, I don't put a shirt on of a band unless I
I
own
rep it.
something.
Yeah.
Like
Real talk.
I'm not just putting on shit because it was on sale.
Mm-mm.
I have to this is my brand. I gotta know what I have on. I gotta know something about it. And I mean, honestly, if you're younger and you don't have that mindset, you're probably much freer than I am.
Yeah, real talk. You live happier. You know what I
You're
mean?
living happy, but I'm gonna be able to have more information about whoever's on your shirt. I'll never tell you that, because I also know that that is a wild thing to do, to walk up to someone and go, name 3 Led Zeppelin songs, and they're like, "Who?" And it's like, "It's on your shirt." I don't want to have that conversation with you.
The most I'll do is say, like, I like that shirt. I
Oh,
think that's cool. Like, yo, I like that. I like that group or whatever. But like, I
I
don't want to make a negative. Why am I
yeah.
challenging you? Like, because like that's you tipping your toe into my world.
Yeah,
I
see,
kind of rock with it.
I wouldn't do it because
Nah.
because I'm a record store person, so it would be a challenge. So I
But I
just
see
don't
like
do it, because my whole energy would just be like, "Huh, I like that shirt." See, that's how I would say it.
oh man.
Huh.
So I just got a whole bunch of teenagers at Target questioning
They're
themselves.
like, "Oh God,
That's a
yeah, yeah." I
ladies
could
be really weird about my shirt. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I could be a real mean girl about that. Huh. I'll start anytime I start a sentence with, "Huh." It's not coming from a healthy place. It's not. Know that I am actively judging. So
oh man,
that's not.
let's actively judge this news. I
Yeah,
like
let's
that.
go.
oh man, kicking us off, we got George Santos announces that he has an OnlyFans account.
Oh
It's like
yeah, we don't even have to. We saw this coming. You don't even have to be able to read this. I don't need to know the particulars on this. Right? We saw this coming. Y'all paid so much attention to that dummy. Of course he
Mhm.
has an OnlyFans.
He about to cash in, yo. Real
Is
talk.
he? Who's paying?
There's definitely somewhere. You know, every time I ask myself, like, who's paying for this?
Someone is paying. I know.
Someone's paying.
Someone's paying.
There's too many people. That's the thing. Like, it just is what it is. If ever there was a sign that like this country and this world is overpopulated, it's the success of the niches OnlyFans pages. Like, there shouldn't be enough people for these kinks. I'm not kink shaming.
Right.
I'm shaming the amount of people having babies.
What?
We have too many. We've made too many people.
We made too many people.
That now you can make a living with this niche of a
I
kink.
mean,
Like
I imagine. I'm not going to read the article, partially because I can't get into it, because Business Insiders, they're so mean about not letting people read their stuff, and also because kind of hate George Santos.
Real
that
talk.
was the Washington dude, right? The real Queenie. What? Yeah. I don't like him. He was a waste of time, and he was a waste of time from the beginning, and I can't believe we wasted all that time on him. There was so much going on, and we paid attention to him. And then everyone who was just like, no, it's important. I'm like, why is it important to see a liar in Washington? We know they're there. So it's important because he's like, I am lying. And it's like, so what? Who cares? It's not about anything interesting.
Real talk.
Also, I've been watching people steal from Sephora for years. Who cares? Who cares? So that's why I'm like, what is he possibly doing on fans that would matter. And he's probably just on there. It's literally like, watch me do my 15-part face like routine or something, like watch me put on
Yeah.
15 different serums or something, or watch me file my nails while I talk about a housewife, or while, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, there's nothing he's doing that's of interest, I feel, to the world. He has not given the world anything in general. So now to ask for more money in order to continue to give us nothing. Get out of here.
Yo, you nailed something there, B. That's a thing that like I'm trying to like instill in my kids. Like, and I feel like more people need to hear, because like it worries me. I have no problem with you wanting notoriety, fame, and money,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got to be earned. Like, you got to make something of value. Like, there's just people just skipping that part. They're like, nah, I just want the money and the attention for no reason. Like, just give it to me because I'm good at getting attention. Is wild, and that's
Right.
what he's doing here. I kept tabs on it out of concern for the brand. All right. Initially, I was like, okay, this is a bad Dominican dude. I don't need this guy out here. Turns
Oh,
out
is
he's
he
not Dominican.
Dominican? Oh,
He's
no.
not.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I saw the name. I was like, okay, this dude might be one of my people. I'm gonna have to explain a lot. But no, he's Brazilian. Sorry for y'all. But
And
not
he's
my
not
people.
even that.
Yeah, like,
he's nothing. He's nothing. He's a big nothing.
dude.
Because he keeps lying about everything.
He had the Queens thing, so I was like, oh, this dude is a New Yorker. But he's not that either. He's like from Florida, and like also from like, yeah, I was like, yo, you all over the place, my G.
Yeah, yeah.
But I heard enough to know that he's not one of mine. Like, I don't
So
gotta
then you
explain
let
this
it go.
dude. Yeah. But I was worried at first. Like, yo, like, I'm gonna be on the road. People gonna be like, George Santos. Be like, oh my God. But like, I feel good now that he's not my people in any way.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can let go.
And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's anybody who would see you and think of George Santos.
I
And
hope
think
not.
and think, I need to know what's Gastor's take on George Santos. I don't think, because he appeals to people who love mess. And I
Yeah.
don't necessarily love mess. And so there are a lot of people who do, and I guess he brings value for that. But I thought, as far as loving mess goes, I didn't even think he was good at that.
Yeah.
I was like, he's not even bringing good mess. He's just the annoying person who's in your like, who's on the outskirts of maybe your friend circle, who no one wants to hang around with, but occasionally you got to give him a ride home. And you know what I mean? I'm like, he's not even that good at what it is he's supposed to be doing as being a provocateur. And so that's why when people were spending so much, I just feel like we've been blinded so much to people who are good at being provocateurs and that kind of thing, that we thought anyone who entered that realm is going to be good at it. And I didn't think he was good at it. That's why I was like, why are we wasting time? He's not even good at this shit. You know what I mean? Like, stick with the housewives. They've all come up in this thing. They've all figured out how that works and all that kind of shit. Stick with them. It's not my thing either, but
they're good at it.
They are good at it. Yeah. I understand how people are having these discussions about him. This dude, he's not even in a place. And also, the mess he was bringing wasn't compatible to where he was bringing it. In DC, that's a different kind of mess. And so his mess stood out and never connected with that kind of mess. It was never going to. So, like, he was just bad at what he was trying to do. And people paid attention to him because they were like, we've never seen this before. And I'm like, it's happening. It's just happening in different places. And the melding together, he's not good at it. Now, there's going to be somebody, and there probably have been people in the past who have been very good at combining those types of messes. But he just wasn't good. And now what? He wants us to pay to look at his socks? Not even feet. Because I don't even trust that he'd put his feet on there. Just his socks. Him folding socks. Again, haven't read the source material. Refuse to. Refuse to do it.
Yo, real talk. That you don't know any of the info, and yet that might be like a top 5 shot soapbox moment.
I'm usually at my best when I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh man, you shut that shit down. Like, okay, you right.
I'm just tired of him. So that there was even an article that he's on OnlyFans. It's like, he's on OnlyFans. Well, bitch, he's been talking about being on OnlyFans since he was still in Congress. You know what I mean? Like, he threatened. You don't have to threaten. There are teachers. My kids' teachers are on OnlyFans. I don't care.
That's not impressing me.
Yeah.
No one's surprised by you.
If I decide to do a comedy set with OnlyFans, because you know they do comedy sets, you got to sign up for OnlyFans. So guess what? I could be on OnlyFans too. I could do it now if I wanted to. Ain't gonna be no press release. Nobody's gonna care.
I'm doing a press release when I do mine.
Oh yeah? Are you gonna show feet?
Amen. I'm actually gonna do OnlyFans where like I exclusively lotion my calves.
Oh wow! Honestly,
I'm gonna wear Tim's.
Real talk, you could clean the fuck up. When I tell you could clean up, you lotioning your calves, bro, you don't even understand. You don't even understand. You could clean up.
I thought about it. Like, my whole OnlyFans is going to be like, at the beginning of the day, I'm going to show you the starchiest Dickies pants that I'm wearing with Tim's.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, I'm going to come home. I'm going to take the Tim's off. I'm going to roll up the Dickies and I'm going to lotion it. And so that way you know it's real. You know?
Second home. Second home. Beach house. Tell Gabby you can get her beach house like that.
Real talk. I'm gonna get the kids that be making these like lo-fi beat videos to like do the aesthetic.
Do the lighting? Yeah, absolutely. Man, if you lotion your calves in queer lighting,
I'm telling you,
with some sort of lo-fi beat thing playing in the back. Done.
Straight up.
Real second talk. Home. That
You'll
is
see
absolutely
like some weird blue, red color.
Yeah, it's lighting. Just shifting, slowly
Straight
shifting.
Up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I thought about this.
Clearly.
Talk. Have a whole bunch of Kev Brown beats playing in the background. It's gonna be real jazzy. You know?
And we never see your face.
Never.
Man, that's
gonna be a thing.
I mean, put a pin in it. You better fucking go ahead and reserve a name now.
Oh man! In other news, a baby moose trapped in a lake is saved by an Alaskan man and the police as its worried mom watches. That's right.
Aww.
An Alaskan man and 2 police officers rescued a baby moose from what police described as sure demise after it fell into a lake and got stuck in the narrow space between a float plane and a dock. Spencer Warren, who works for the outdoor tourism company Destination Alaska Adventure Co., had arrived at work at 6:30 in the morning on Friday to prepare a float plane for the day's trip when he heard what he thought was an odd-sounding bird. He quickly spotted the moose calf, stuck between the floats of the plane and the dock at Beluga Lake in Homer, Kenai Peninsula community about 220 miles south of Anchorage. He immediately thought, oh man, where is Mama? I know she's nearby, before spotting the worried mother about 4 feet away with another calf. Mother moose can be dangerously protective of their calf. A photographer was killed by Mama Moose protecting her young last month in Homer. The baby moose tried to get out of the lake, but couldn't get its footing on top of the metal float where Hoover's its wary mother was keeping Warren, the would-be rescuer, from getting too close as it struggled. It's like an ice rink for the moose and its hooves. So he just kept slipping and could not get up. An officer eventually positioned his police cruiser between the mama moose and the float plane to allow for another officer and Warren to rescue the calf. You know, we talk a lot about, just this week, we talked about staying away from animals.
Yeah.
You know, this is a professional. His job is to deal with taking people out to the animals. And I want every person whose instinct is to touch animals to listen to how often this dude said, I kept the eye on the mama before deciding.
He immediately was like, where's the mom?
Yeah, because she gonna try to tackle.
Where's the mom? Because she gonna
straight up.
Yeah, he knew.
He knew. And everything and he had the right intention. He was like, I want to rescue it. But he still wasn't, I'm not gonna try to be a superhero. Yeah. I'm gonna wait So there's a vehicle 3-4 times the size of the mama that could block the view.
Which honestly, the only thing, I don't know if y'all are familiar with the size of a moose.
They brawling.
They big. They big as fuck. So even if that's a baby moose, that's still like the size of a smart car. That's
Straight
still
up.
like a car size thing. So
yo, and yeah, to be clear, like the car wasn't preventing the mama moose from seeing her kid. It was more so like a mental thing, like telling her, "Yo, just watch this channel over here real quick."
Just you know here, I mean? We're gonna put this here. We know that you can at any point just flick it out of the way.
That's it.
But please know that we are trying to help.
That's it. Why don't you go to the waiting room?
Yeah, yes.
That's what this was.
We built a waiting room for you with the window so you can watch us change the oil. That's what we did.
Straight up. That's what this was right here.
Yeah.
You know, and then he went into action. So I need y'all to learn from this.
Yep.
He had good intentions. He's trained, but he still said, nah, this is their domain. This is their home.
Right.
I'm the crazy one coming out here.
Yes. With a plan. I mean, yeah.
I had a plan. I got everything in place that in human history has told humans we own it. But he said, no, I don't own this.
Yeah. Let's just.
I'm in their space.
This is a tricky place here. Let's get everybody calm down.
Respect the locals, baby.
Yeah, I'm really trying to help you, ma'am. I swear. That kind of thing.
Get the reassurance, the cosign from the mama, then you go do stuff. All right?
Yeah.
Y'all don't do that enough, B. Learn. This dude there's a moose calf alive today, along with 3 dudes that didn't die helping. Because they listened, they learned from years of other people. Even in the article, they still said somebody else got trampled for doing this shit.
Yep. Not that long ago. So they know.
They know. Learn, baby. Don't get trampled by these animals, B.
Oh,
cannot be me. Finally, New Jersey man flees to Florida to attack another player over an online gaming dispute. That's right. An online gaming dispute made its way to the real world when a New Jersey man flew to Florida to attack another player with a hammer.
Oh, God. With a hammer? You flew all that way, and that's what you got. A hammer.
Do you pack a hammer or do you buy a hammer locally?
No, that's a good point. I mean, I guess you can't bring a sword on or some shit, but also.
Yeah, like, nah, this is my like beef solving hammer.
Right,
you know
yeah.
I keep this.
Hammers. Also, nothing screams that you're fighting over a video game than assaulting someone with a hammer. Like, what's in my tool? What tools have I bought? Okay, I haven't bought any of these big guns or knives, but I do have a hammer.
Yeah, my dad left this here.
I picked up this hammer on one of my side quests. And so I guess I'll use a hammer. Oh my God.
The hammer was the only like weapon or tool he had that was actually the real thing. Like he's like, I got 4 swords, but they're all foam. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
He is charged with attempted second-degree murder and armed burglary with the mask. Just want to let you know this is a weird one, said the Nassau County Sheriff. Yo, man. Yo, shouts to Bill Leeper, the Nassau County Sheriff. Be like, yo, enjoy your job sometimes, man. That's kind of fire, just to kind of put that out there. Like during a second-degree murder, he's like, it's a weird one.
Okay. Everybody strap in.
Oh, man. Some things you just can't make up, said Bill. Kang and the victim, another young man around the same age, had never met in real life, but they both played ArcAge, medieval fantasy, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. I feel like they made a typo there somewhere, right?
No, that's right. A multiplayer online RPG. Yep, that's it.
There you go. The game's publisher announced in April that it would be shutting down servers in Europe and North America, citing a decline in number of active players. I mean, we just heard of Kang trying to take one of them out right now.
Yeah, so maybe did all the other players kill each other? Is that why? Maybe the game is too good.
Stakes is high for real on this one.
Oh my gosh.
Kang flew from Newark, New Jersey to Jacksonville, Florida last Thursday after telling his mother that he was going to visit a friend that he had met while playing a video game. Officials didn't say how Kang learned where the victim lives. Upon arrival, Kang took an Uber to the hotel in Fernandina Beach, about 35 miles north of Jacksonville, then bought a hammer locally, at a local hardware store. There you go, support local businesses. Kang went to the victim's Fernandina Beach home, which was unlocked around 2 a.m. Sunday. Yo.
Hey, man, the South.
Real talk, B. Where y'all New York instincts, B?
There are none. His instincts, his Northeast instincts were, I bet this shit's unlocked.
Real talk. Yo, man, it's like real talk. I'm sorry you got attacked, man, but like that dude went the best, so comfortable. He like, yo, this dude ain't gonna say shit, B. You in Jersey. And then he going about his bedtime routine, gets up at 2 a.m., probably taking a leak. And somebody creep in his crib with a hammer talking about, yo, arc age all day, B.
I mean, okay.
Swinging a hammer.
It says here, the victim was walking out of his bedroom when he was confronted by Kang, who hit him on the head with a hammer. The two struggled as the victim called for help. His stepfather responded and helped to restrain Kang until the police arrived. He suffered several head wounds that were not considered threatening. Let's see. He received staples at the hospital. Once in custody, Kang told investigators that the victim is a bad person online. He also asked deputies how much jail time people got for breaking and entering an assault. And then Bill Leeper said, I would say, Mr. Kang, it's going to be a long time before you play video games again. This guy's auditioning for Law and Order is what this guy is doing. He's trying to... My man's he's Dick Wolfing this whole situation. He's trying to be on Chicago PD or some shit.
Oh man, I love this dude. If you would like to see the Law and Order spinoff starring this new star, Bill Leeper in the Jerry Orbach role. All you gotta do is subscribe to the show, baby.
That's exactly who it would be. My beloved Briscoe, just up there cracking wise over dead bodies. Oh man.
Oh man. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout out to Sweet An Apple a Day and FCBLJ. Always appreciate y'all. Yo, I also gotta say, if this isn't proof that you gotta let kids go, you gotta make kids go outside and exercise. I don't know what is. Real talk, man. Like,
that's true.
I'm not even saying like you played video games too much. I'm not even going to say that you took it too seriously. But if you ever, as my son, get into a fight where you have a hammer, you hit him several times, and not a single one of those things is life-threatening. How few push-ups have you done in your life, my G? You swung a whole hammer mad times, and that dude is just chilling. Like, he back to playing the next day. You the only one affected. You in jail now. You hit the dude in the head with a hammer. That means the heaviest things you've picked up is remote control, hammer. That's all you've done for upper body strength, my G. You hit the dude in the head with a hammer several times. He was 2 a.m. sleep energy. No defenses.
Right.
Surprised.
Right.
And all you could muster was some head, like the dude got scraped up. You got a hammer. You got a whole hammer. You hit him in the head. And he got no life-threatening injuries, dude.
Oh my God.
You play too many games, my G.
Okay.
You gotta go outside, do a push-up, throw out the trash, just something that moves your arms. That is wild, bro. I would be ashamed of you as a kid.
Oh,
Not that you in jail. I would never tell that story. Nobody would know. Yo, what happened? What happened to your kid? I don't know, B. I don't talk about him no more. Okay? That dude, yo, like I can't fathom how weak you have to be. And keep in mind, this is him angry.
Right.
This is him at his like most powerful.
Yes.
He swung a whole hammer.
I think maybe his true talent is in research. I think I don't know if he really thought the physical aspect of it through, but he got all the information necessary in order to get him there. I feel like once you're at the door, once you're in the home of the person and you look them in the face, I feel like then you should be like, yeah, and then leave. You know what I mean? Don't bother with the hammer. If you know that the hammer is the weakest part of your plan, don't even do the hammer. Trust me, you will fuck up someone more just by being in their house.
Real talk.
A hammer is like, that's a secondary thought. The main question is, how the fuck did you find me? That's the main question to me.
That's impressive. Like.
That's the impressive
skill.
part. But
real talk. And use the hammer to send a message. Show up, don't say nothing, open the door, and just drop the hammer on the floor. Walk out.
There we go. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Be theatrical with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. He don't know what you're capable of. He doesn't know that that's just how high you can lift the hammer. You know what I mean? That's all you had in you. But he don't know that. You know what I mean? Yo, he doesn't know you don't have the upper body strength to put it above your head and swing.
Oh,
he just thinks, oh shit, this is a message. You know what I mean? Jeez, yo.
Oh boy.
This has been a disappointed in certain men, but excited for like the young kids making beats with weird boxes. Okay, episode of the War Report. I'm all over the place with you in this episode.
Yeah,
okay?
I think that's fair to say.
Catch y'all next time. Peace.